Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Colin Drew with your sneak peek at next week. Episode number 369, where Drew and myself will head through comics originally releasing on March 15th, 2017. But Drew, before we do that, we got some listener feedback, some more conversation, and we got the full Comic-Con numbers for February.
Yeah.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, people still talking about that blind box. That's still the topic of conversation. Image's 25th anniversary blind box. Selling for, I think wholesale is $125 is what we're learning.
Yep.
And then different retailers have marked it up accordingly. We've seen it $200, we've seen it $250, we've seen it $275. VIP Comics, that's Julie, Villains in Pants, says if it's $200 or less on the 15th, her payday, she's pulling the trigger. Then she sent me this link to comicsheatingup.net.
Yep.
And they're saying that the anniversary blind box tops is at the top of Diamond's advanced reorder list. Yeah. Number one. And if we assume there's 2,000 stores at the low end, what's it take to get on the top of the advanced reorder list? Probably 4,000? 5,000? Something like that?
Yeah, no kidding.
So we assume stores are ordering very heavy. The box is supposedly still limited to 1,992 boxes. We know certain retailers have ordered 5, 10 for their stores to sell. We have listeners who have secured theirs, they think.
Well, I was going to say, they don't know that.
They think. They've already paid for them.
That's different.
but as we hear, a retailer could order 2,000 of those boxes. They could have ordered all 2,000, and so when allocations hit, do they just everybody gets one, or first come first serve, multiples depending on the size of.
They're going to spread the love.
You think?
Yeah, because I'm sure like Midtown probably ordered 100.
Yeah, so and Midtown and the DCBSs of the world and the Lone Stars and the Mile Highs are the big accounts, right? They carry more weight, don't they? Rather than
I would think it would be pretty scumbag if you gave them
10,
if you gave the top 5 retailers essentially
all of them.
Well, essentially 25% of the entire stock.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I think this is going to be harder to get than we thought it was.
Which means if you see it, buy it regardless of price. Pay $200 for it at this point.
Okay, $200 is $75 over list.
I mean, a $3 comic book is a list price of what, 75 cents?
Yeah, I think cost is $125, so I guess it's not list.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why.
I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be tough to get. So if you're lucky enough to get one, we'd love to have a picture of it. That would be cool.
Do one of them iPhone unboxings on YouTube.
Yeah, send that to us. Heck, if you get one, do you even want to open it?
Yep, because if you get the Negan, there's your money.
Well, there's 500 of those, right?
Yep.
So you're thinking that's the most rare thing you could get?
That's what people want. That's the one I'm hearing say, man, I want the Negan. Man, I want the Negan. Man, I want the Negan.
They should have just done 1,992 of those then. Right?
Then where is the chase?
That's true. So, good luck. Good luck, all you speckers out there. If you already placed your order, I hope they honor it. For those of you who got them in early.
Well, I mean,
I'm assuming they will.
Yeah, but your retailers are not knowing they're allocated, so they're like, "Oh, I'll get 5. I'll sell 5 through." They might not get 5, so they're going to get allocated. So it's not even the retailer's fault. It's going to be Diamond's discretion.
And we know what our LCS would do in that situation. Blame Diamond. You don't get squat.
Yep.
And begrudgingly give you your money back in in-store credit.
Yeah.
Oh man! So, good luck to all of you out there to get if you get them, show them that'd be cool. I know Cowabunga said if they got what they were going to do is at least one of them they were going to put, because it folds out as a retail display rack.
Yeah.
The box kind of opens up like a retail display rack to show the 25 off, and so I'm looking forward to seeing that thing opened up and on display. That'll be cool. And yeah, I hope some normal people get them. That'd be cool.
Hope some of us normies end up with them.
Yeah, and that'd be kind of nifty. Shoot, I lost my place. Michael Lamb says they also Image just announced a silver foil cover for 7 to Eternity number 5. And the final order cutoff is Monday the 13th, March 13th. We're recording this on the 10th. You're probably listening to this on around the 11th, so you still got a day or two to act if you're interested.
Hey Drew, I want one.
It's $25. I already asked. I reached out to DCBS and said, "Hey, foil cover. I know they're kind of silly, but I wouldn't mind having one of these added to my order." And they said, "Sure, it's $25." And I said, "Okay, well, I changed my mind."
Yeah, $25. It's technically a 1 in 25. Their math is way off on that.
Yeah. So we won't be ordering that one for at least through our retailer, and then our LCS won't even get it. So if they do, they'd put $50 on it. So he's thinking he thinks his LCS will try to mark it up to 10. So he's going to try to find it elsewhere. So I'm telling you, a place like DCBS wants 25, then it might be harder to get than. Is it a 1 in 25?
It's considered a 1 in 25. You can order one for every 25.
Wow, then that is a little high, right?
Yep. 1 in 25s typically $10.
What's a 1 in 10 then? 6?
8. Yeah, $8. I mean, 1 in 25 I've seen for 15 and stuff, but 25 is too much.
Yeah. He says Marvel's at it again. Amazing Spider-Man number 25 will have a 1 in 1,000 variant pre-order price of $4,000. Wow.
You know what the funny thing is? The Venoms were all damaged because it was a white cover and they all had black all over them. They were garbage. That's what's weird. You've got a super rare and it's just a piece of junk.
And you're gonna get an 8.4.
Yeah.
Also, Venom number 150 will have a 1 in 2,000 variant with a pre-order price of $5,000. Beyond ridiculous. Who are the people buying these? I don't know. There's the idly rich. There's got to be some people out there that are, the Justin Biebers of the world.
One thing I never thought we'd say on this podcast is mention Justin Bieber.
Well, I'm somebody with a lot of money, a lot of disposable income, who likes comics.
There you go.
I would do it if
Cage.
I had it. If I had the money, just burn in a hole, I would do that sort of stuff. That'd be fun. Saga 43 is going to be 25 center for Image 25th anniversary. So I guess it's not going to show up in May numbers.
Yep.
But rest assured, some crap in Loot Crate will. I share your frustration with the way Diamond reports these numbers. Thank you. I do too. It makes me crazy. He's debating about getting the blind box and look more closely at what it's offering. There will be the 500 print run Omnigan, which I think Kyle is correct when it's an instant $100 or $200 book.
Yep.
There will be 425 original sketch covers for the Select 17 series. I know God Country is one of them. If you get any of those, that would be an instant $300 or $400 book, depending on what series you got. Since you get 25 comics per box and you're paying $200, that's $8 per variant, and all will have print runs of 1,992 or fewer. So it's very enticing if that's just but it's just the initial sticker shock. Yeah, again, I think it's super cool, but I think it's going to be tougher to get than you think.
Yep.
1992, maybe some, like the Midtown, they're going to have a couple. I'm curious as to what they're going to try to sell them for.
They're going to all be sold online ahead of time. You will not be able to walk in on the day and get one.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're even going to honor the people that sold that pre-purchased them for $125.
It depends on the market.
If you already sold it and now they're going for 500? Are you going to honor that? Depends on the retailer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Paper Girls number 11 is another great issue, an example of a time travel story done right. After reading Green Valley number 6, I'm not pre-ordering 7 through 9. Landis let that story go so far off the rails, it's not even funny. Kyle, you're wrong.
In Max, I trust.
Green Valley is not... Can he finish? Can he finish?
I'm cutting off him by proxy. I'm cutting off you via him vicariously through you. No. This is why you didn't watch Rembrandt paint mid-painting. You wait till it's done, and you look at the whole picture. He said in his very first, the back of it, he's like, give me the story. And I'm going to give him the story.
Yeah. I'll finish your thought for you. He's not that good. Your love of Landis is blinding you. But there's a counterpoint. Wolf Warner says Green Valley is a great read. Combine that with a little Paper Girls, and whoop, there it is. It's spec worthy.
Drew, what were 90% of Paper Girls readers saying after 6 issues?
Well, 90% of Drew was saying, "What is going on here?"
90%. Paper Girls readers after the first arc said, BKV has lost it.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. Nobody cares. This is garbage. And now here we are at 11 and everybody's going, holy cow, this is pretty darn good. I like everything here. Let it ride. Trust it. Know your creators. Keep it going.
He got his CGCs back in the mail.
I saw a picture of those. I was so mad. It looks so good. He got 4 9.8s.
He got 4 9.8s, 2 7 to Eternity number 1s with 9.8.
Beautiful.
And I can't remember what the other two were. They're on our Facebook page. You can check that out.
I was going to say there was the Old Man Logan, or the Wolverine issue 1 with the Old Man Logan cover. And then there was some spider thingy. I can't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah. But go check that out over on our Facebook page. It's pretty cool stuff. I know,
beautiful, and it's good to see that he got his stuff back in great condition.
Yeah, and pretty good turnaround.
Yeah,
he encourages us to take our 7 to Eternities to get Rick Remender sign it at C2E2, and then get the CGC signature series done.
Yeah.
You interested in doing anything like that?
Maybe. That would be pretty rad.
I think I stepped on the corner of mine, so I think I'm out.
Well, yours are cover B, so you're not even in the conversation.
I got a 1. I got an A too, didn't I?
No, you only got the B's. That's what we talked about.
I think you ripped me off.
I keep all forms because of this.
Yeah, let's go back to the paperwork. I'll see you in court. Comics court.
Neither of us can afford lawyers. Kangaroo court. On the next Comics for Fun and Profit.
He picked up a Grass Kings and an Alysso Milano photo cover for Charm number 1.
That's what's up.
Man, I forgot how scorching hot she was/is. Have mercy, Michael. I hope your wife's not listening right now. I don't even see women, so I wouldn't know if she's good looking or not.
If you'd like to find out Drew's actual opinion, check our previous Comics for Fun and Profit.
Let's see here. We've got Wolf also harping about the great Steve Rogers Captain America run. Seriously, the best Cap storyline ever, he says.
Hail Hydra.
That's an awful big run. Oh man, and Brubaker had a heck of a run, didn't he? I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Looking forward to Nick Secret. Spencer? Yeah, I'm looking forward to Secret Empire when it comes out. That'd be cool. I don't really want to pay $5 for it, but I am looking forward to what that's going to entail. Serious best Cap storyline ever. I don't know. probably have some recency bias there. In response to my Diamond rant, Juliet VIP Comics says, "My theory is Marvel threatens Diamond to distribute. They will distribute elsewhere, so Diamond does whatever Marvel says." Which is then she said, by manipulating sales charts, leaving Marvel's overships on, taking Walking Dead off, knocking on DC's returnability. It's all shenanigans.
It's true.
And hashtag evil conspiracy, hashtag Drew should be pissed, hashtag I am too. So yeah, I am angry, and I'll probably, as we hit the numbers again here in a second.
I'm mad as heck, and I'm not going to take it anymore until next month when my box arrives.
Yeah, and we'll let's transition right over there to Comic-Con numbers and go look.
Oh, by the way, just a quick note.
Yep.
We missed the whole dark. What is it? Dark. Ah, crap.
What is it?
The guy who's supposed to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, Dark Hawk. Dark Hawk's books blew up, and then James Gunn went on and said, no, he's not in Guardians 2. So then they cooled down, but then some people think he's lying, so they heated back up a little bit. So
wasn't Wolf talking about Dark Hawk last year?
Last year?
Was it last year?
I don't know if he was. He did good because that book's been hot as heck in about the last 2 weeks. Yeah, Dark Hawk #1. Sorry, it blew up on the secondary market. You were seeing them for 30, and then it cooled back down, for like $10. People are still finding them for super cheap at the LCSs, but yeah, Dark Hawk #1 was a big hot book in the last week.
Missed it.
Yeah.
Also,
it turns out you might be okay by missing it because it, if you believe James Gunn, it's a non-story.
Also missed the Fiona Staples Grass Kings. You seen those anywhere?
No, nobody actually ordered them, but their secondary market, they were cheap.
Cheap as in
Cover.
$1? Cover?
Yeah.
And plus ship.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
All right, Drew, anything else before we look at the numbers?
No.
All right, let's see what we've got. Wow.
Well, I think I said 3 and you said 2. Is that right?
I said 1.
You said 1, and I said 2.
Closest without going over, so I win.
What?
That's this is right rules.
Did I say 2 or did I say 3?
You said 3.
You sure I said 3?
Check the tape. 3.
we can't pause. Okay. Anyway, so now we have a Batman that is under 100,000. It was 17. It dipped under 100,000.
Which I don't believe. I was going to say I don't believe the New 52 did.
I think it did, but I think it bounced back pretty quickly and came back up again when started 0 year. But I'd have to go back and look and do research, and it's not really worth it. So, is it a big deal that it goes under 100,000?
Yes.
Because they're still selling 2 of those every month instead of 1.
Correct.
So it's net gain in both dollars and units. But an individual issue of Batman is now under 100,000, and it had a long run where it stayed above that. So
less people are reading it, though, so that's just why it's, wait a minute.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess you probably do have less readers. Or, well, no, you have less stores ordering copies of it.
The lowest print run on the New 52 Batman was issue 48, but did break 100,000.
So nothing went under 100,000 the whole time.
Correct. Now 48 was the low mark, 49 was darn close, 50 of course shot up, 51 and 52 were just above 100,000.
So nothing, really, none of them went under.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's cool. So yeah, Darth Maul's massive haul to take the top spot, quote unquote top spot. Ha ha ha. 105,000 units. And that's with some variants.
Oh yeah.
there was a ton of variants for that, wasn't there?
Yeah, and see, this is what it's crazy because, like, I was talking about the numbers for Poe Dameron and for everything else. This seems like a better book, but that's low. That's super low for a number one.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
So So really, we all know Walking Dead is really there. It's number one with 750,000, and that's where it should be. And I think we should all know that, but that's okay. That's okay. I think that Darth Maul's another. Was it overshipped at all? Do we know if it was overshipped?
I'm sure it was. That seems to be the way it works.
No asterisks for overshipping though.
No.
But returnability, well, we'll put an asterisk on that. Ugh. Angry. So anyway, only two titles over 100,000. Batman 16 was at 102. Then we said Batman 17 went to 99,600. Will it bounce back up?
No.
Not next month, but maybe eventually.
Will they get a good storyline, it'll pop back up. We saw that with the New 52. If you look at the New 52's numbers, like around issue 31, it settled down close, spiked back up with that, spiked back up with the end of the Joker storylines, spiked back up with the beginning of the Mr. Bloom and the Mr. Bloom started the end game.
If the next storyline solicited in the next preview says a new villain for the first time, or a Robin dies, or something like that, right?
Then
people are going to go nuts.
Yeah, you got 120, 150,000. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think it'll take much to get back up over 100,000 again. JLA number 1, 93,000 at rank 4. Super Sons number 1, 90,000 at rank 5.
Yep.
Walking Dead 164 did 83, almost 84, 83,999. So that was it's been around 85, hasn't it?
Issue 162 was 85,395, so right in that range. All-Star dropped 9%.
But it is the number 2 ranked retail ranked book. So even though it only sold 77,000 with its 7th issue, it is it sold a lot of money. Yeah. Made a lot of money for DC. So at rank 8, Star Wars 28 sold 74,000. Rank 9, Justice League of America Rebirth, 73,000. Which is interesting. That's 20,000 difference between JLA 1 and Rebirth 1. Usually they're a little closer, I thought. And in Justice League 14 and 15 are 10 and 11 at around 65,000. So we're at 65,000 at the end of the top 10. It wasn't that long ago when everything in the top 10 was over 100,000. Remember that? 6 months or so?
Wasn't that long ago.
Was not that long ago, yeah. Interesting stuff. What looks interesting to you as we go farther down the list?
A lot of stuff staying pretty steady. We've got our Flash, Superman, and all that stuff just sitting at a 2 or 3% drops. Everything's staying pretty steady. Not any big drops to look at. Amazing Spider-Man 24 dropping 16%. So again, these are things where you're not sure if it's Marvel pushing over order things or what's going on there. You get some things like Marvel just starting to tank. Mighty Thor, issue 16 down 15%, putting it almost under 40,000. Dr. Aphra down 10% from issues 3 to 4. And the big dive where's Venom? Venom 4 down 30% from issue 3 to 4. Just taking dives.
Yeah. Well, if you were smart enough to have pre-ordered some of Action Labs Dollface, it only shipped, its second issue only shipped 3,000 copies. It's a $4.99 book, so you gotta pay through the nose if you're paying full retail for it. And I don't know the long term spec on this, but short term, it's a hot book. And there is that second printing that has issue 1 and 2 together, which with a different cover, so it might be kind of cool.
There you go. And actually, at our rank out, we were talking about Star Wars 28. That was actually a bit of an uptick from 27, so it actually gained readers.
Is this Yoda's long walk up the mountain?
I believe so.
God, it's taken forever. From Aftershock, we've got a group of titles: Animosity, Blood Blister, Rough Riders on the Storm, Alters, and Black Eyed Kids. Black Eyed Kids, which is probably my favorite of that group, sold 2,000 copies. How much? That's 11th issue. I mean, how much longer are they going to tell this story? How can the creators afford to tell this story? I mean, it's ranked 380, so it's not even in the top 300. I worry about this one a lot. It feels like they're just getting started on the story, and I don't know how they're going to get it told, unless they've just, I don't know. 2,000 copies is just nothing.
Yeah,
that's nothing. That's one per store. But Alters is at 3,000 on its 4th issue, so it's looking more and more like a mini and out. Rough Riders on the Storm did nearly 5,000 with its first issue of its second volume, so it's not doing that well. Blood Blister, not much better, 5,400 for its first issue. And Animosity is really the strongest of the group, and it's doing about 8,500 on its 5th issue, which is quite healthy for a small publisher like that.
There you go. Drew, there's been one thing in particular that's gone through approximately 9 volumes and continues to rip your heart out and has done since the mid-'80s. What is that, Drew? That's your beloved Moon Knight.
Oh, yes.
Let's look at rank 89. We see Moon Knight coming in at 26,467, but that is down over 20% from issue number 10.
And we heard today, well, not today, but this week, from Bleeding Cool, so take that with a grain of salt. That's usually rumors, sometimes true, sometimes not. Jeff Lemire leaving Marvel.
Heard that as well.
And so that means he's leaving Moon Knight behind. I haven't heard if Moon Knight's canceled yet.
Well, from, like I said, from this almost 21% drop, dipping it at 26,000, that doesn't seem sustainable for Marvel, especially if they've got to reassign a creative team.
Yeah, I mean they've got some junk that's selling a lot less than that. And but in previous years, Marvel would not tolerate something once it gets to the 20,000 line, it's done.
Yeah, same thing with Jessica Jones, just a little bit behind it. From 4 to 5 went down 20%.
They're never going to do anything that Bendis doesn't want them to do with that, so they'll keep publishing that at a loss if they have to. Yeah. But yeah, if Lemire's gone, they got Smallwood for at least a year contract, I know, but I don't know if that year's about up because it was at C2E2 when he talked about that last year, so that'd be about now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and don't think I'm picking on Marvel today, but it just, when I look at the numbers, the attrition rate for Marvel stuff is the ones that jump out to me. Deadpool the Duck from 2 to 3. Now, we know there's a 50% attrition rate from 1 to 2. That doesn't bother me. But a 25% attrition rate from 2 to 3, which is what it is for Deadpool the Duck. Same thing for Hawkeye, 25%. U.S. Avengers, we talked how awful its launch was. At 3, it's dropped an additional 34%. It's under 20,000 on issue 3 for a mainline Marvel comic that just launched last month.
Yeah.
That's not good. Monstrous. Wow. That's impressive to see it. Rank 113 Monstrous, number 10. Up 1,830 issues from issue number 9. Increase.
Yeah, it's nice to see because you don't see that very often unless you attribute it to something strange. So this just looks like regular, good bounce back, healthy bounce back. Yeah. A couple of Black Mask titles. Black number 4 at 5,000 copies, down at rank 276. And Quantum Teens Are Go, new number 1, sold 4,500 at 291. Black is really hard to follow. It's not a great book. I'm still reading it, and I'll probably get to issue 5, and then I'll drop it because I just want to make it to the end of the story arc and see what happens.
Did we talk about Old Guard?
We did not, no.
Ranked 98, we have Old Guard #1 from Image at 23,867.
Healthy, that's a healthy number.
Yeah, it's a good place. Give it a good ceiling. If that storyline catches on and people seem to like it, it's a good book to hold on to for the future.
And it was a pretty good book. I mean, it felt a little cliched, and but it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. Yeah. And we'll see if it gets better. Bunch of licensed stuff in the from Boom Studios with Planet of the Apes, Green Lantern. It's selling 22,000. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers selling 17. Jim Henson Power of Dark Crystal. Steven Universe ongoing, a WWE book. It sold 10,000. Big Trouble Little China sold 5,000. Adventure Time selling 4,600. So those are all licensed until you get down to Lumberjanes. Issue 35 sold 46. That's the first real creative book that's not based on a licensed property. So weird. And then the first issue of Death Be Damned from Boom, 4,300. I think that's the Acker and Blacker book, maybe.
There you go.
I usually don't like them that well.
I don't either. They've let me down on multiple books.
Yeah.
Talk about Manifest Destiny 26, up 21% from 25. So I believe that was the start of the Sasquatch had ended, and it was the start of a new storyline. So it looks like some people going back to Manifest Destiny, hopefully.
Yeah. Good deal. Somebody has to.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of long-running titles left at Image. Mm-hmm. We're losing a couple. We're losing Nailbiter. We lost Revival. Some of the titles that we're getting up there ended now, so we need some others to fill those slots.
Can we have a moment of silence for Mosaic and why we're at it? Let's just do the rest of the Inhumans too. So Mosaic #5, losing 33% of its audience between 4 and 5, down to 7,300.
Wow. Well, my beloved Astro City, its 100th issue, a beautiful double-sized opus that really was an impressive piece of work. Sold 10,000 copies, ranked 187. Come on, you people make me sick. But it still did better than my other beloved Flintstones at 9,500 on its 8th issue. So I'm not sure how much that Hanna-Barbera line has to sell to sustain. I probably has to do better than that. Midnighter and the Apollo, which I don't know if we've heard his ending or not, but I think it is, or it should. It's at 9,300. Dead Man, Dark Mansion, and Forbidden Love, 8,600. That's a price point problem there, trying to charge $6 a piece for those. Gotham Academy second semester, not doing that great at 86.24. Let's see what else we got. We've got Lucifer, 7,000. The Justice League Power Rangers, that's got to be a
reprint.
A reprint, yeah. Pre-order activity. Lost Boys from Vertigo. 5th issue did 6,500. Frostbite 6 did 6,200. That's a DC proper book, isn't it? Frostbite? Or is it Vertigo?
What number is it at?
It is 246.
246. It is DC Comics.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. It's got to go. It's got if it hasn't gone yet, it's got to go soon.
There's something going on with Sex Criminals here. I got to look a little bit more into those numbers for what's going on with that.
What's it say?
I've got it ranked 220. Sex Criminals number 16, down 71% from 15. Now, was that the bump from the Fiona XXX, or I'm not sure how they
Well,
do those numbers on that.
There's two 16s on the list. There's 148 and 220.
Yeah, 220. Okay, the price point will tell me the difference. There you go. At 469. So what happened is with 15, we got a heck of a bump with Fiona doing the cover for 15, and then 16 was back to the old arbitrary numbers. Okay, that's what I was just trying to figure out.
If you add those 7,300 to that 15,000 and make that a little healthier.
There you
go. Fix 7,500 people reading that, maybe. Top end. I don't understand that. It should have the same cachet that, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't
Still
get
good.
it.
Still great.
Yeah. People jumping off Green Valley. It's down to 7,000.
No, they're not. The numbers have been low. The numbers have been low.
I think they are. You and Wolf enjoy your.
I mean, it's down 366 issues from its previous set.
What a drop! Like an anchor.
You know what? Next month I will buy those 366 issues to make up.
The final issue of Revival goes out with a whimper, 6,300. It's too bad. Too bad. Good run. Good run. And that's reorder activity on God Country, right? For 5,000.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Well, I'm hoping this is just a down month, and we will see our blessed industry come back in the next couple.
Yeah, let's hope so.
I think a bunch of our image will pop up next month with, I don't know, maybe. We'll see, hopefully.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Yeah, no kidding. Anything else from this, Drew?
No. I did want to touch on some of our stats. I want to do a little before we hit into the sneak peek.
Oh, yeah.
I was just checking some of our, I just assumed I haven't been into our stats in a long time. And I just assumed that it was pretty USA centric. And it is. USA, of course, is the bulk of our...
You're talking about our listenership, right?
Listenership, downloads, streams, all that stuff. But what would you hazard a guess at country number 2?
Oh my. Australia.
No. Australia is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th. They're our 8th most popular country. Number 2 is England.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, UK. Very strong there. Number 3 is Canada, which makes a lot of sense.
Our friends to the north.
And then we have what is this Savarage? Is that Switzerland?
Oh, okay.
I have to do a search because I just did a copy. It's SVERIG. It's the actual Sweden. That's Sweden.
Okay.
So Sweden is 4.
Very cool.
Belgium 5. Mexico 6. Spain 7. Australia 8. France 9. Deutschland, that's Germany, right?
Yep.
Deutschland's after that. Suomi? What do you think Suomi is?
American Samoa?
Suomi. Finland. That's Finland. That's Finland. And then Vietnam, we've got a couple of listeners. We've got a couple in Italy, some in Ireland, some in United Arab Emirates. Surprising. Poland, a couple
Very
in China. Could be our cousins in China.
That's true. There you go.
3 in Somalia. Interesting.
I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah. 1 in Kenya. 1 in Is that Madagascar? Magyar. Let me type this in. I should have done this research before. Magyar. ORSZAG. ORSZAG. This is fascinating radio.
It's grinding the podcast to a halt.
Hungary. That is Hungary.
Ah, okay.
That is Hungary. Why did they just write Hungary? I guess. Then there's Switzerland, Norway, the Netherlands, and another. It looks like Japan, maybe. Maybe
Very
Japan.
cool.
Yeah. So that's really cool. It was surprising that I don't know if we have expats over there listening to us. Very cool that we are being listened to around the world. But mostly in the United States, England, and Canada. Those are the big three. We appreciate all of you who listen. And if you'd like to reach out to us, you can, of course, via our website. It's probably the easiest. comicsfunprofit.com has all the ways to get a hold of us. You can find us on Facebook, Comics for Fun and Profit. You can find us on Twitter at comicsfunprofit. And you can send us an email, comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com. So you can get a hold of us a lot of different ways. And don't forget to go to iTunes and leave us a review. We had a great couple in January and February, but we've been nothing in March so far. So we need a March iTunes review, and
Absolutely.
we appreciate that when you take the time. And now we can shoot over to sneaks.
All right, Drew. Follow me over to previewsworld.com. We're going to click on new releases. We're going to see what's coming out March 15th, 2017. Of course, we want to keep in the back of our head that March is a 5-week month. So some of our publishers are going to take a week off, and we'll see if any of them took the midweek off. Drew, let's start where we always like to start. Let's start in Dark Horse.
Let's see. We've got Neil Gaiman, American Gods, Shadows #1,
Yeah.
which is probably a sequel of sorts.
Yep, I ordered 3 of these.
You did?
Yep.
Why?
I thought it looked pretty darn good. I ordered this, and I think I ordered one of the additional covers as well. It was... Can't tell you, but I ordered 2 copies of one, and I think I ordered one of the other ones. But it seemed like a pretty neat little story.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dead Inside, the 4th of 5 issues. It's been good. I've read the first 3 and really enjoyed them, so I'm looking forward to this. It's like Law and Order inside of a prison. It's really good. But I don't see anything else up there unless you do.
No, nothing else off the top of my head. So let's head on down to DC.
So it looks like we're getting a couple variants of All-Star Batman. Does it usually have 2 variants in the regular?
Yeah, because remember on the very first few, there was a regular, there was a jock, and then there was one after that, and we always bantied back and forth, where I always liked the jock, and you always hated it.
Oh, okay. And this is, it's got a Camuncoli variant and a Francavilla variant. Very
Francavilla one will probably be pretty hot, because people are starting to just buy everything he does.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty good.
Absolutely.
We got a new starting point for Aquaman if you want to hop on Aquaman number 19, H2.0 Part 1. And a pretty cool looking variant as well.
Mm-hmm.
And only $2.99.
There you go.
4th part of I Am Bane on Batman 19. That's been pretty good. I still like it. I think Tom King's doing a good job, and I like the shorter story arcs. I just pretend like monsters and men, or whatever the heck that was, didn't happen.
I agree. Harley Quinn, of course, we want to look at the Cho cover on cover B.
Oh, very nice. Let's see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is nice. So that's just a straight up independently orderable one, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Man,
Those have been really nice.
did you pre-order any of those? I don't think I did.
Don't think I did either.
We got a few Batwoman #1s. A blank. Haven't done a blank for a while. At least I haven't seen them. And,
is it just me, or is like the variant for Nightwing 17 just like garbage? Well, the first one, I don't know. They're weird.
Yeah, it's a weird look for him. I don't like it. Do we expect anything out of this volume of Batwoman?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I think it'll be well written. I'm just curious how well received it will be.
Yeah, because we had the Williams III guy on the last volume, so the art was out of this world, and it couldn't.
Wasn't enough to
sell.
sustain it, yeah.
And the stories were okay. I can't remember who was writing them then, but boy, I do like that show cover, man. That's pretty nice.
Yep. Super Sons, I've got both cover A and B. Dustin Nguyen on cover B. It's pretty hardcore.
I ordered the second printing of Super Sons #1. And I did that because I couldn't see a cover. They kept saying cover soon, cover coming soon. Mm-hmm. So I assumed if it was just a color change cover that they would have been able to show that, right?
Possibly.
I took a flyer before the final order cutoff to get one and just to see what it looks like. And another second printing I picked up was Rat Queens.
Mm-hmm.
There's a second printing of that second volume, first issue that has.
Oh, I didn't see that. Shoot.
It has a rat on a mount, like
that was the B. That was the B cover.
I think it was a second print, wasn't it?
If it did, it's a clone of the B cover because our cover B was the rat mount.
Oh, was it a B cover? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking it was a second print. I saw it in the store and I was like, oh, that is kind of neat. I better get that.
Yeah.
Superman Reborn continues, trying to figure out exactly who this Clark Kent guy is.
Mm-hmm. I think we found out last issue.
Well, maybe not the last issue I read. I mean, he was whack, but he didn't.
I think in issue 18 we found out who he is.
Okay, I haven't read that one yet. Then
Jim Lee variant on Wildstorm #2.
That's pretty nice. Yep. I like that. First issue was good.
Worth picking up the second?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a fun read. Trinity, I jumped. I'm done.
Everybody jumped. I didn't get a chance to talk about that in the numbers, but the numbers on that one dropped a good 10-15% as well.
Yeah. It started really strong, and then just like, where are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense.
Bill Sienkiewicz or Sienkiewicz, whatever you call, on the cover B on that.
On Trinity?
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah. He's my boy.
Anything else in DC, sir?
No.
All right, let's head on down to IDW.
I really like this Box Office Poison. These are previously released.
Well, that was the webcomic one?
I think it might have started as a webcomic, but it was a black and white comic, and now it's recolored, and that's the first time I'm ever seeing it. It's written by Alex Robinson, who also does the art, and it's kind of reminiscent of Minimum Wage.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I used to really enjoy this. So far so good. I really like this a lot, and it's that sort of independent type comic. If you like that sort of thing, you'll like this. It's really good.
Very cool. Not a whole lot of anything. I forgot to read Highlander, so I cannot comment on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't read it either. I was thinking about it though. It seemed something like I would try and sample.
And that's got to count for something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually I don't just reject it the entire line out of hand.
All right, Drew, let's head on down to Image.
Our beloved Image. All those God Country third, second printings. Whew, man, people loving this.
And you're not a fan.
Oh, I like God Country.
Curse words is the one.
Curse words is what I don't like.
Yeah.
Not a fan of curse words. But yeah, I thought God Country was pretty good. First two, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a new story arc for I Hate Fairyland. One of your friends has been reading this and still likes it a lot, right?
Well, still very much enjoying it. Absolutely. Collecting both A and B covers.
And you are not, are you? You're done with it?
No, I read the first arc, thought it was pretty good, and that's all I wanted from it.
Yeah. So this is a good jumping on point, it looks like. A new story arc starting up. So if you want to check back in, this would be a good time to do it. That's number 11.
From Manifest Destiny 27, we can find that Lewis and Clark are halfway across America by now.
Just halfway?
Yeah. For instance, what happens when the flora infect a buffalo tar? I actually, that's a heck of a question.
Well, we were seeing like a repeat of all the things that they've encountered at the splash page of that last issue. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. I don't know. Now we're going to go back around again. That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun ride for 26 issues, so 27 should be fun. I think this Sex Criminal 17 might be the first one where I stopped getting the Triple X variants. Kind of gave up on them.
I still get one cover A, and I get 2 Triple X on every single one. One that I open and one that I keep sealed.
Yeah, I think I stopped.
It's just something fun. I actually enjoy collecting them.
Porn is fun. Yes, I agree.
Most of them aren't that bad. Most of them aren't that bad.
I didn't look at Fiona's. Is Fiona's out?
I didn't look at it either.
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet.
Anything else?
Well, Rockstars. Rockstars is neat. I really like the idea. It's the idea is that there are all these urban myths and legends about rock and roll, right? Rock and roll stars and rock bands. And this is, I think, loosely based on Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin. And, that may or may not have had, like, murders, deaths connected to them, I guess, in their time. Or this could be an amalgam of other rock acts where, young women had gone and ran away and ended up dead at their parties and things like that. So there's some interesting stuff going on, some supernatural stuff get on in there. It's you'd think it's kind of like that This Damn Band from Dark Horse last year, but I think it's different. But it is kind of similar. It is kind of similar, only you're not like rooting for the band, you're rooting for the investigators that are after the band to try to figure out the mystery behind it.
Gotcha.
And it's weird, but there's a lot of cool like discussion in the back matter on other rock mysteries and legends and stuff that's connected to different bands and stuff, and you're like, I didn't know that. And some of the stuff you do and some of the stuff's kind of well known and some of it isn't, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of, if they collect all that stuff with the trade, it'll be a nice little collection, I think.
Killer Be Killed issue 7 I read through the first arc. I think that was 5 of them, so I haven't done 6 or now 7 yet.
It's great. I can't say there's anything wrong with it. It's like a lot of other great Brubaker stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun read. Yeah, actually, the trade collected issues 1 through 4. So I read 5 and started the second arc.
Are you done with an Image?
Yep. Let's head on down to Marvel.
How interested are you in a $10 Amazing Spider-Man comic?
Oh crap! Not at all.
I mean,
huge blowout issue.
Did you get any? Did you get the quarterly $9.99 Deadpool issues?
Nope. The first one of those they offered, I was out and never came back.
Yeah.
And that's only for 40 pages?
Yeah, isn't it nuts?
No, I'm sorry, the 40-page main story, and then there's other garbage that we're paying for as well.
Yeah, other garbage that you're paying. So, what a cash grab. So this will probably be, because it sells in the top 20, top 15, top 20. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So this might be your top earner for the month because of how much it's the price of 3 or 4 comics.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm reading Daredevil again.
Wait, what? Huh?
I believe you told me that they were going to start explaining how come people don't know who he is anymore. And
Yep, exactly. I did say that.
Explain that missing information, and so they basically in 17 did a recap. Kind of for people that hadn't been reading it, which was kind of helpful. Which is kind of helpful. And then at the last splash page, the purple kids showed up. And
Choir.
So, the what?
Was that the Quentin Choir? No.
No, remember the little purple kids from the previous volume.
Oh, okay.
With Purple Man, and then there were all those kids, and the kids turned on the Purple Man. Remember that?
I do not.
Okay. Well, they showed up, so they might have had something to do with it. I don't know, but we'll find out. And it is actually kind of interesting.
Hey, there's a good thing.
Yeah. So I hope I don't owe Charles Soule an apology after all this because I've been bashing him for so long. But
not after one book, sir. Not after one book.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Captain America Sam Wilson, number 20. The end of the line is reached, and there's no way out for Sam Wilson, Captain America. So, is that the end of it?
That's it. It's over.
All right. Thanks for everything.
Mighty Thor, I don't like this war thing.
Numbers were down.
This big war thing is dragging out too long. Not enough Jane Foster, too much politics and stuff, and too much Malekith. It's confusing. I don't like it. Hey, there's that great event.
Wait. It's Jason Aaron.
I know. And Jason Aaron, I trust. I won't. I just don't like this arc. I'm not leaving. Don't worry.
Just checking.
Yeah. Hey, it's that great Marvel event, Monsters Unleashed. Aren't you excited about the 5th issue?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't read a single one of these. No idea what's going on there. Thank God it doesn't tie up my books. I recently reread the first trade of Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And really, really good. Really, really good. So, still reading the thing, but I had kind of forgot how they started it all off and went back and read that trade again. And it was a really great beginning to her character. Really good.
Very cool.
Did I say really good yet?
You have.
I'm super excited for Spider-Man 14. I think this is the second to the last crossover in the Sitting in a Tree storyline. That'll finish in Spider-Gwen. Love him and Spider-Gwen. Their chemistry is really nice. Got Ms. Marvel thrown in there. It's kind of like a little love triangle happening. A lot of fun. As told to Gold Balls and Genki. They're kind of living vicariously through him. And this has been a fun little crossover, and this is what I like. I like small crossovers that
and
bring another character, one other character, another book that I might not be reading in to have adventures with my character that I am reading, and then I can go sample that other character's book. Don't do the big stuff. Don't cross over the whole line. It gets confusing. You can't pull it off. You obviously suck at it. Stop doing it. But this stuff is fun when it's just a book or two, and it's short-lived, and it just runs its course, and it either works or it doesn't, and then you just move on. Good stuff.
Very nice.
There's your boy, Totally Awesome Hulk.
Yeah. Wait, why is he my boy again?
You liked him.
I read when it was Cho doing art, it was worth reading. Guess what? Cho ain't doing art. It ain't worth reading. Venom, we got Spider-Man has come along, so if you're a Spider guy, you got to go to Venom.
Is this his 150th issue, or is it coming up?
Coming up. It's on order now, I think, so actually it won't be for 2 months.
Oh, okay. And are you reading any of the Uncanny Avengers, X-Men, U.S. Avengers, Great Lakes Avengers, all those different Inhumans, any of the group books?
No.
Any of the team books at all?
I was going to do things like Star-Lord, because it was Zdarsky, but I ended up not even doing that.
Yeah, I don't think... I mean, Champions, I think, is the only team book I'm reading in Marvel. Yeah, it's weird. I've kind of distanced myself from all of them. So I need somebody to read them and tell me what the good ones are.
Yeah. It was easy to do, though. It was easy to distance yourself.
Yeah, it was.
And we need to touch on Deadpool the Duck. 5 out of 5. It's gone. This is its last issue.
And you will not miss that.
Yep, not at all. All right, anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right, Drew, let's head to some of our smallish publishers. Let's look at our Black Masks, our Onis, our Booms, our Dynamites.
Speaking of Oni, Angel City #6. It's the final issue, written by Janet Harvey with art by Megan Levins. This has been great. Very cool, little bit noir, classic mystery type of corruption mobster tale. Art's a little lighter than you would think with the subject matter, but it still works for me. It's been really good, and will be a fun trade, I think, to have after it gets collected. If you haven't been checking it out, Angel City.
There you go. Now, Archie #18, is this the first issue with Peter Wood's art, or did we have that on the last couple?
I thought it was Veronica Fish last few, so...
Right, that's what I thought as well. So we're switching up art on us. We're on...
Yeah. Yep.
Peter
Join us
Woods
as we
now.
welcome new Archie series artist Pete Woods.
There you go.
Who did Deadpool and Robin.
Really, really, really like the cover C on this one. A very cool looking cover. It's still Mark Waid writing it. I'm 2 behind, but I'm really enjoying Archie. So let's see what this new guy's got for us.
Here's the problem. I am reading Archie.
You're reading Riverdale?
I'm reading Riverdale. I'm watching Riverdale. They're all confusing me. They're all blending together. It's like the same problem I'm having with when I was reading all the Superman books. It's like, did that happen in Action? No, wait, no. Did that happen in Superman? Maybe it's happening in both. Oh wait, maybe it's in Super Sons or Trinity. It's just they kind of blend together, and it's tough to tell them apart.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you're watching Riverdale, but it's really good.
Huh? I'll have to check it out.
I like it. It's
They said it's like a murder mystery.
yeah, it's more Twin Peaks than it is Archie, but I thought it was really really cool, and CW stars, so they're all smoking hot.
There you go.
Cadmus #1 from Antarctic Press, written by Samantha Beck with art by Samantha Beck. Remember that used to always be a red flag for me when the writer artist was the same person, but I've had some good experiences since then, so I'm kind of less harsh on those.
You're giving people the benefit on the doubt of their own ability to write and draw their own comics.
Yeah, I am. Is that nice of me?
Yeah, I like it.
This is a gorgeous retelling of a classic Greek myth. When his sister Europa is kidnapped from his throne in Phoenicia, Cadmus is sent by his father to retrieve her. Unable to find her yet forbidden to return without her, his fortune seems to turn when an oracle reveals how he shall sow the first seeds of a mighty city of his own. Cadmus.
Cody and the Creepies #1. Cody spelled Coady. That drives me a little bit crazy. It's a Boom Studios book written by Liz Prince with Amanda Kirk on art and Kat Lay on cover. Punk isn't dead, but Cody is. Cody, Chris, and Corey are sisters and bandmates in the band Cody and the Creepies. After a van accident leaves Corey badly scarred and Chris in a wheelchair, they're getting back into the punk scene. But they still need to contend with the challenges of staying true to their punk ideals while also dealing with the media attention they've attracted, as well as the tension surrounding the fact that Cody escaped the accident seemingly unscathed. Now on tour, they're fighting their way through sometimes literal battles of the bands, earning enamel pins and heading for the gigs of their lives, so long as no one realizes that Cody is actually a ghost. Nah.
You talked yourself out of it. Hey, you know what I really like is The Deep. It's from Boom Studios, and it's a Kaboom imprint, so it's all ages title. This is written by Tom Taylor, our boy, with art by James Brower, and it's kind of like Captain Nemo. It's like a family version of Captain Nemo. They are explorers, they have ocean explorers. They have this really cool submarine and these cool tech toys, and they go on adventures, I guess, as a family, like you do. Mm-hmm. And they haven't really got into anything serious yet. They've just kind of been checking out these anomalies and really haven't discovered much in the first 2 issues, but really pretty art, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun family dynamic, and if you're looking for any kind of all ages story set in the ocean, it's worth checking out.
There you go. Now we'll talk about that Dollface #1 second print. That is a combination of 1 and 2. If you see it, get it. These are going to be hard to find.
Yeah, and especially if you missed the boat, it's a good catch-up point for you. And it's the first 2 issues were fun. They were good reads. The 3rd issue of Red Sonja, the new relaunch, written by Amy Chu, with art by Carlos Gomez. This is Red Sonja in our time. How'd she get there? How are the bad guys that she was fighting back in her time still up here? Trying to figure all that stuff out. It's okay, and it hasn't really sizzled yet, but it's definitely a different take having her in modern times, and it's an interesting take on Red Sonja.
Yeah, when you add cell phones, things tend to change.
Yes.
Soulfire #1. That's Aspen. That's an odd one. What is that? Okay, I clicked on it because I saw Kirkman doing it. So Tyler Kirkman is doing a cover B on that.
Oh,
so
cool.
That's the reason I clicked on it. Aspen's premier action-adventure fantasy epic return. So this isn't a series we've had before, Soulfire. But the only reason I mention it is because Tyler Kirkman is doing a B cover. You'll probably want that one.
Yeah. Vampirella gets yet another comic launch. This one written by Paul Cornell with art by Jimmy Broxton. And after a sleep of over 1,000 years, Vampirella finds herself back among the land of the living, but in a world far different than the one she remembers, where hope is laced with fear and blood has a far different taste. And speaking of taste, finding an appropriate outfit for the era leads our fanged fatale to a chance encounter that will garner her not one but two potential allies. I don't know.
All that matters is there is a J. Scott Campbell B cover that you have to have.
Oh, there you go.
That is what matters. Get that book if you see it. If you don't want it, send it to me, because I want it. There's also a really nice cosplay cover that I enjoy.
Do we miss anything else?
That should be all, sir. Anything else for you?
No.
All right, Drew, this is the point where I ask you, what is your book of the week? What is the one book to pick up, put bags in, put boards on, put in your short box, and either hold for a short term or a long term, because that baby going to make you some money. What is that, Drew?
You know, I want to say the Dollface second printing with the 1 and 2 together, but I hate to recommend a $4.99 book like that. You know,
you've done it before.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have. Probably done worse. Yeah. So I'm going to go with that. I've talked myself into it. I think God Country's still hot, so God Country 3 as well. It's an opportunity there.
Yeah. Like I said, you want that J. Scott Campbell version of the what did I say? Vampirella. There is a J. Scott Campbell version of Red Sonja 3. The cover B is J. Scott Campbell as well. Like I said, those things fly. You're going to want it. You're going to want Soulfire #1 B cover because of Tyler Kirkman. So those are just good things that you're going to want to pick up for, I imagine, quick flips, because there's going to be less of those out there. As far as the main line, I agree with you on the God Country stuff. And pick up the Harley Quinn B cover for Cho. Other than that, not a ton else.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of pretty variants.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Yeah, there's no #1's a series that you really have to go out and get. Not, unfortunately, a whole lot that is on my radar at the very least.
Yeah.
So, good ones. We want to thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for tagging along for Drew and myself, episode number 369 for Comics Releasing March 15, 2017. Drew's already told you. You can find us at comicsfunprofit.com or at comicsfunprofit on Twitter. We also have a Facebook page or comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com. These are all ways that you can get a hold of us and tell us, hey, Kyle, hey, Drew, you are wrong. Oh, by the way, I forgot Neil Gaiman's American Gods and Shadows #1. You're going to want that one as well.
You got 3 of them, so
yeah, I got 2 cover A's and a C or a B. I can't remember. But yeah, feel free to drop us a line and tell us what we're missing out on by not getting this week, or what we're dumb for thinking we need to have this week. Please feel free to be part of the podcast. Tell us what you're picking up in your LCSs this week, or is this the 1 week out of the 5 release weeks in March that you can skip? We just love to hear from you. Of course, if you're listening to us on iTunes, drop us that 5-star review. We thank you once again for following us. For Drew and myself, see ya.